Hey guys, what is up and welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be looking at the Predator Winter Slam Challenger stage and explain to you guys how it's going to be working. So there are a lot of complicated things to get through, so I'm going to try and do my best to get through everything and keep it as short and simple as possible. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. As all of you know, the Predator Winter Slam qualifiers have been completed, and that means we're moving on to the next stage, which is the Challenger stage. This will be taking place on the 10th and 11th of July, which is, at the time of recording this video, this upcoming weekend. We will have 8 teams joining us with the Challenger stage, with 4 of them being qualifiers and 4 of them being invited teams. The invited teams are none other than Bravado Gaming, Goliath Gaming, Sinister 5 and White Rabbit Gaming, whilst the teams that fought hard to qualify for this event are Zion, Big 5, Ikasi and Gak. These 8 teams will now have to battle it out for only 6 spots in the next stage, which means that 2 teams are going to get eliminated in the Challenger stage, whilst 6 remain and move on to the Championship stage, where there is a total prize pool of 25,000 Rand and 2 teams already waiting for them, keen to claim their share of the prize pool, those teams obviously being ATK and Dynamic. Now, the system being used for the Challenger stage is none other than the Swiss system. This system is quite fun and has been used quite frequently as well at majors such as the IEM Katowice 2019 major, the Face It London major in 2018, and was supposed to be used at the Rio major in 2020, which unfortunately never took place due to the COVID pandemic. So, as all of you now know, we have 8 teams competing and the opening matches have already been paired up. They will be Bravado versus Big 5, Goliath Gaming versus Zion, Ikasi versus White Rabbit Gaming, and Sinister 5 versus Gak. Now all 4 of these matches are going to be absolute bangers and I can't wait to see them. Now, the Winter Slam Swiss system will run a bit differently to the normal Swiss system, as there are only 8 teams competing and not the usual 16. So I will, however, try explaining how this iteration of the Swiss system works to the best of my ability, and all of these matches I've just mentioned are the round 1 matches, which are taking place on the Saturday, also going to be referred to as day 1. They are scheduled to start at either 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. This will be confirmed over on the GameDoc Twitter, I believe close to the Saturday, maybe on the Friday or the Saturday morning. Each match in this tournament will be a BO3, so the teams are going to have to play a lot of maps this upcoming weekend if they do want to qualify to the championship stage. With our opening matches, all teams have a 0-0 record, but this will all change once a winner has been determined. From this moment forward, I'm going to be picking teams to win matches and obviously lose matches, just to illustrate how the bracket will run. And this is just for you guys to easily understand how kind of the Winter Slam is going to be running and what you can expect. This is not at all a prediction and not at all what may happen or will happen. This is again just an illustration to make it easier for all of you to understand how this bracket will be running, because I took a while to start understanding how this bracket will be running. So therefore, I've just tried to add the teams to the element to make it easier for all of you to understand. The winners of their respective round 1 matches will move to the 1-0 group, whilst the losers will be dropping to the 0-1 group, and that obviously also signals the end of round 1. Now moving to round 2, we will have group 1, where all the teams with a 1-0 record will be, and group 2, where all the teams with a 0-1 record will be. What I mean by this is 1 win, 0 losses, and 0 wins and 1 loss. Now all the teams with a 1-0 record will be playing against each other. So for instance, if Bravado beat Big 5 and WRG beat Ikasi, they will now play against each other, and the winner of that matchup qualifies for the championship stage. Therefore, if a team reaches 2 wins, they will qualify for the championship stage. So this includes teams with a 2-0 record as well as teams with a 2-1 record. Now, Bravado will be playing WRG and Goliath Gaming will be playing Sinister 5. And let's again, for illustrative purposes, say that both Bravado and Sinister 5 win. Both of those teams will now be qualified for the tournament and they're done for the weekend. Goliath Gaming and WRG, however, will have to return on the Sunday to play round 3, which will be in the 1-1 group. For our group 2 matches, all the 0-1 teams will play against each other, and for instance, if Big 5 lost to Bravado in their opening match and Zion lost to Goliath Gaming in their opening match, they will now have to play against each other. So if Big 5 win that match in the 0-1 bracket against Zion, they will move to the 1-1 group, where they will join all the losers of the 1-0 bracket, which I just explained, and those teams will obviously be Goliath Gaming and WRG. The 1-1 group is now also known as round 3, and all of those matches will only be played on the Sunday. So the teams that lose in the 0-1 bracket, however, will not be knocked out. There is a catch with these teams. If you lose both matches on day 1, you will be put into a last chance qualifier group and be done for the day along with all the other teams. So Saturday is 2 rounds. Round 1 is all of the opening matches, and round 2 is the 1-0 matches and 0-1 matches. After Saturday, we will have 2 teams qualifying for the championship stage and still the last 6 teams alive, but they will be fighting for only 4 spots left. So all of the teams with a 1-1 record will be playing in round 3, and this will be, for instance, Goliath Gaming versus Big 5 and WRG versus Ikasi. Now this is a huge match for all 4 teams, as the winner will qualify for the championship stage with a 2-1 record. Unfortunately, the losers will move to the elimination bracket, joining all the teams with an 0-2 record, and now the elimination bracket is the last round of the weekend. You can also label that as round 4 if you want to make that easier for yourself. With WRG winning and Goliath Gaming winning, they take the other 2 spots and qualify for the tournament. Now again, to recap, we have Bravado Gaming and Sinister 5 qualifying from Saturday with a 2-0 record, and White Rabbit Gaming and Goliath Gaming qualifying with a 2-1 record. Now 4 out of the 6 spots are taken up and gone. We only have 2 spots left, but we still have 4 teams fighting for those 2 spots. And now comes the elimination bracket. The match pairings will work as follows. Teams with a 1 win and 2 losses record will be paired against a team with a 0 wins and 2 losses record. Therefore, according to my example, it will be Big 5 versus Zion for match 1 and Ikasi versus Gak for match 2. The winners of these matches will qualify for the champion stage and take the last 2 spots that are up for grabs, whilst unfortunately the 2 teams that lose will be knocked out of the tournament. And that is everything. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact either GameDoc, Lighters, Goals, or if they don't respond, you can try and sliding into my DMs on Twitter if you really want to, and I'll try my best to answer your question if you do have any questions. But before you guys go, if you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button, and if you're keen to see more of this content, make sure to subscribe to the GameDoc channel. Last time I checked, we're sitting on around 67 subs, so if we could maybe push it to 100 subs before this weekend, that would be absolutely insane, because we've got a lot of content coming over the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, stay safe everyone, and